outlook. In the next 600 seconds, we're going to take a look at what's going on as the London session is now open, and see what's going on with markets such as Bitcoin, crude oil, DAX, and gold and the euro dollar. Before we start though, as always, I need to stress that trading financial markets unfortunately is risky. My name is Alejandro Zambrano and I'm the Chief Market Analyst here at TradeCaptain.com. If you're new to this, if you're watching this on YouTube or anywhere else, then this is a webinar we host live around this time, so 9 a.m. London time, Monday to Friday here in the live trading room. Okay, let's begin, and we're going to begin by taking a look at the euro. So the euro is having a bit of an upswing on this 30-minute chart. You can see that yesterday we hit a low of 119.38 following the Fed rate meeting, but the market now quickly bounced to the upside. It's fairly typical that during events like the FOMC or the non-farm payrolls, you could have some sort of low in the market or some sort of medium-term sort of move. And I think one of the reasons many times is for example, if you look at the euro versus the USD, it declines, it declines, it declines, and then around this time, when we have the FOMC, there's a lot of trading. So a big whale that wants to trade would execute some of the volume here, if not most of it, just to sort of get out of the position without affecting the markets too much. There's no real science in a way that you can say, well, at the FOMC the market's going to reverse. There's people that try to do that, but there's no, you don't know exactly when it's going to happen, but you can just look at the charts and you see signs of it, and you just need to be aware of it, that, you know, Fed rate meetings, ECB rate meetings, you know, things happen, and when they happen around that time, it tends to be an interesting development. Now, in the euro, we said a few days ago that if we take out 121.50, which is this level up here, I said this market could head down to 119.16, and as I talk about in our new forecast for this month, I think the euro can tumble down to 119.15. You can just click on read more here, or you can find this in a report on the news and quarterly outlooks. And you'll learn more about why I think this market could head down to 117. Now, trading this market today, I think it makes sense to be very careful. We are dealing with a short-term downtrend. This is a high created yesterday, and then you have another series of highs and highs like this. So you can see we've been stuck in a very short-term downtrend, and you know, as long as trade below this high, this market might have another go to the downside. But take out this high, which is 120.33, then I think we're going to have a corrective move. I think we're going to head up a little bit higher, maybe to 121, maybe up to 122, but within say 121 and 122, I think traders are going to look to sell. So if we take out 120.33, I think we have ended this short-term downtrend, and we'll have a few days, maybe a week of correction. But up here, I suspect traders are going to look to sell. My best sort of trading, I mean tactically here, is just to wait on a break to 119.16. So one could either short here, and yes, it is possible to short where we are right now as well. That gives you a risk of about 42 pip. If we head down, you maybe make 80, but it's a very fragile high, and I have a feeling it's gonna try to take it out. So again, the trend is bearish, but the trend is oversold, seeing some indications that the market is bottoming out. However, below 120.33 the trend is bearish, and it is possible to sell here with stop on the other side. The alternative, just wait for the break here, which is my preferred scenario. Here's Bitcoin. Quite boring. There's not much happening. There's a lot of things happening in the altcoins. Yesterday, IOTA moved to the upside. Something to keep an eye on. It was, I think, number 11, but before that, I think it was the 7th biggest coin per market capitalization. People obviously trade Bitcoin, but people buy Bitcoin just to buy these altcoins. because when you trade these altcoins, many times you need to trade them via Bitcoin. So you take your euros, you take your pounds, you take your Aussie dollars, or whatever you have, and then they exchange them to Bitcoin, and from Bitcoin then people exchange this into these other coins. If you're trading Bitcoin directly, the trend is bullish about 85.96. So as long as you're above that low, I think the market could head to the upside. I think we can head up to maybe 10,300. So that's a potential 18% return from these levels down here. As we talked about last time, I said people are probably gonna buy between 8,947 and 8,596. So there's no real change to the outlook here. This market is being a bit boring. Hopefully we'll take out the highs. I think we'll do that eventually. So again, no change to the bias. Bullish about 85.96. Crude oil. This is a tough one. I mean, it's not tough, but it's a tough trend. I mean, people are definitely not giving up. Yesterday, I think we saw a bigger build in crude inventories than we've seen for a while, and the market sort of did try to challenge support, but we never took out 682. I think this market, as I said yesterday, could head to the upside, and that's exactly what's happening now. So we go back down to the levels. I think traders are going to buy. I think stop loss orders are probably placed just below here. I think traders are looking for this to head to the upside. Here's the price of gold. Price of gold, they tried to take out this long-term level, did not manage so far. We are in a short-term downtrend, and I think if we take out this high, which is 13.14, I think that could be beginning of the end of this little downtrend here, and probably have a bit of a squeeze to 13.22 and probably lower again, and then we'll see if the market tries to bottom out. Usually the market goes down, up, down, and then sort of take out that high, and that's really what we're seeing here. So I think if we take out this level, we may have a little bit of a push to the upside, and that could be the beginning of a bigger corrective move. The alternative, which is my preference, is that we just take out the low. If you take out the low, which is 1,301, then your risk is about 1%, because I think most people, they're gonna place stop loss orders below yesterday's high. So you risk about 1%, and obviously if the market goes down, could potentially make well, if it goes all the way down to the lows, that is 2.82, but I think maybe 280. It should be relatively straightforward. So that's 1.5 times. So your risk, because you can make 1.6%, and you risk about 1%. So definitely well looking at. There's the DAX. As you know, I said if we take out the highs, it makes sense to be bullish, and I want to continue to be bullish. I think if we go down, I think the market's gonna go up to 1,300. More stuff coming up. Read the different outlooks here. If you're like technical analysis, just click on technical analysis. Nathan is publishing a lot of content as well. Don't forget to read the morning outlook. If you want to know a little bit more what happened at the Fed yesterday, check out Vivek's update here. And obviously we have a lot of more content coming your way today, and we have a webinar coming up in 7 days from now. Under education webinars, you'll find that. It's gonna be my top traders for May, and as well you have the quarterly reports coming that you can read right now. It's more of a macro fundamental sort of thing, more of the sort of things that the investment bank looks at. So we look at swap yields, we'll look at the yield curve, we'll look at economics. So back to old school macro fundamental analysis, and it's a great little article. They're very short. It takes maybe 10 minutes, 5 minutes to read. It's actually PowerPoint slides and a bunch of charts. That's what it is. And it's good if you want to learn a little bit more about macro fundamental analysis, how people look at the market and so on. Where's your forward? Just click on read here, or just go up here and you can read more about it. Again, we're gonna wrap things up. Good morning. Hi, I hope you well. I received your message. I will reply back. You can see here, didn't have time to reply yet. Alex FX, guys, you can follow me here, and if you're watching the video, just click on if you like the video, sorry, click on the link and hit the like button. All right, have a good day, guys, and talk soon. Thank you.